Welcome to In the Wind Tarot. I'd like to do another reading. I've been shuffling the cards. It's real quiet out tonight. All right. Now, see, it reminds me of the Three of Cups, but it's the Four of Wands. This is more of a celebration. It's a union. It's joining. Not necessarily a marriage depiction like in the Rider-Waite, but it is a joyful union. The King of Cups and the Moon. Things not seen, hidden. All right, we have the Page of Wands. It's a new beginning, new enterprise. Here we have, looks like a determining what path to take. Approaching it with a spirit of young love, youth, willingness to explore, create. For oneself. Okay. That led to sorrow. And emotional or physical turmoil or bondage. That was the Ten of Swords. But it didn't really. And it's hidden. Whoever this is didn't realize, didn't know that it was stolen help. So far, anyway. We'll get clarification. That belonged to the Queen of Cups. Come along now. Thank you. It's okay. Tell us more. I'm tempted. I'll tell you what, I am tempted to take all those. Okay, we'll take these then. They fell out. Or they would have left that stuff behind, that celebration that we saw in the cut, the joining up. And they would have called judgment and put an end to it. They'd like to come towards you and offer you this Knight of Cups and see what you're doing. What, so they can attack you, or because you're under? Tell you that. Well, let's go further, please. We still don't know who this is, really, do we? Do we have anyone on the table except for the Queen of Cups, who is, of course, you. At least you. The Queen of Cups would not be in the upright anyway. Shouldn't be. And surrounded by help and conserving, holding on, protecting. Okay, let's go further. What is this twist in the tail that suddenly appeared? What does this Page of Cups want to do? Or the action of Page of Cups? What does this have to do? It's kind of a repeat. Maybe that Three of Pentacles is wanting to learn from you. Let's go. Oh, no. Can't do that. And I can't be impatient, and I hope you're not. Let me see. All right, this is a real tight deck tonight. Not wanting to say much, so we're going to get something else out here to tell the rest of the story, I think. Yeah, I'm going to use the Rider-Waite. What we need to find out is who is this that's all up in their head, claiming they had no idea. The King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Here's the Queen of Cups, isn't it? Yes. Queen of Cups. So let's get some confirmation on that. Who is claiming they had no idea? Please come out. Fresh new beginning. Cup running over. Offer of love. From the divine. Oh, they had no idea. That you were really, really, really the Queen of Cups. And possibly blessed by the divine. You have a divine love. They had no idea. So they worked to create conflict. To create needless conflict and confusion. And to win at all cost. What were they trying to win? Maybe. I would like to, but let's make it flip. For a collective. What were they trying to win at all costs? The Empress and the Queen of Cups. They were trying to win the Queen of Cups, but they found that she was truly an empress. She's not just focused on her cup of love, she is focused on her empire. And she's self-sufficient. And has been planting her seeds. And has her own Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so they found that out. What is this? Knight of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, and Nine of Wands. They're going to spin the Wheel of Fortune, but this right here doesn't look like they're going to spin the Wheel of Fortune in a very positive way for you, if this applies to you, and if it doesn't, it's a pretty good story so far anyway. Going to come at you in love, and maybe even flattery. And the flattery will be backhanded, and they're going to want to attack you, and they're going to want you to attack them back, and then you would be the one in the Eight of Swords instead of the King of Pentacles, and be terribly upset. Instead of the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Why are they wanting to do this? What do they win? What's on the table to win or lose? An opportunity, new beginning, enterprise, something fertile, something good. What is this good related to, though? Is it they need a new enterprise? They don't have the money to cover the Knight of Pentacles is not giving them the money to cover this new enterprise. And the enterprise is what? And how does that relate to the collective wanting to get them locked up? So Knight of Pentacles reverse. Let's see. Expose the Emperor to the world concerning the Knight of Wands, who has left. This right here, this enterprise, they want it because they are not getting the money they thought they would get. Or the Knight of Pentacles is even slower because he's not sorry. Really, he has lost 3 cups, but that's appears to be the least of his worries, because he doesn't care if this all falls away, because he doesn't have any money to put in to the new enterprise. And that's the reason those 3 had made friends with him, and they're experiencing a tower because they didn't look into the situation. Then I said, what does this have to do with the collective and this enterprise? The fact that they can't come up with the money for this enterprise is going to expose it's going to maybe complete a cycle with the Emperor. That makes more sense than expose. That will complete the cycle with the Emperor, who will go for other new enterprises and choose a new pathway of where he will go forth to invest, and he will leave his sorrows behind. He'll get everything lined up and left behind. Or it could expose the fact that they don't have the money. Could expose that the Emperor the world created a world where this investment was going to give him a new path, and he's run off and left everybody high and dry. Still, the Empress. It has to do with the Empress because the Emperor is here, and the Empress who they thought was the Queen of Cups is really an Empress. So this Empress and Emperor. Let's get some more information on these two. I wonder if those three, the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups, or if it's two, King of Pentacles, King of Cups, both of them acting like a Knight of Cups, were running two little games here. One on the Queen of Cups, who turned out to be an Empress, concerning love, and one on the Emperor concerning a financial investment. Kind of looks like that, but let's find out. What is this Emperor and Empress together for? What are they on the table together? Because they're celebrating their harvest. Their success. The end of a season. More, please. It's the end of the King of Wands and his group. Now, the King of Wands is not out here. Maybe they were working together to keep the King of Wands out of this group. Does that count? I think it does. Burden. Four of Pentacles. Yeah. All right, I need to know, what is this Hierophant group and this King of Wands? Because it looks like the Hierophant group has decided it would be a burden to hang on to, and they're not interested, and they've made the decision, and part of it has to do with finances. King of Wands, please. Maybe I need a new deck. This is getting pretty thin. I had this one out earlier. King of Wands, Hierophant. King of Wands, Hierophant, please. There it is again. Death. Two of Pentacles. There's Two of Pentacles here. And Death here. End of a cycle. This King of Wands in this group, their cycle, their time has ended. Now their association may have ended, or they're attempting Queen of Cups and finding out she's the Empress, and they're attempting to financially take investment from the Emperor, is over with. Maybe both things are over with. Maybe the King of Wands came to the Hierophant in order to get these things done, and they were unable to get them done because they didn't recognize the Queen of Cups as an Empress. And I'm wondering if the Knight of Pentacles was getting the money from the Emperor in the first place. And was cut off. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles reversed. This just didn't have the money. The Emperor, they didn't have the money. Why they didn't have the money? Why they didn't have the money? Was it because the Knight of Pentacles didn't have the money? Boy, these cards do not want to talk to me tonight. It's because the Emperor didn't have the money. And who is this King of Swords here? Didn't have the money, wouldn't invest the money. What was it? Didn't have or wouldn't invest. Oh, he held on to his money. Okay. King of Swords. King of Swords. Why are you here? Four of Cups. Here watching. The Empress. King of Swords. Too many. Tower. King of Swords, explain. He's watching the Empress work through a tower. Because here this is in reverse, where she's not bound. Who are you, King of Swords? King of Swords. More, please. You're someone from the past. Six of Cups. That was quite the pack. That many. King of Swords. Why are you watching the Empress work through a tower? What else are you doing? Because that's kind of, voyeuristic, really. Maybe nothing he can do right now except watch. It's in the Five of Wands. Conflict of interest. He's brokenhearted because he manipulated the growth of the star. And now he wants to run to you and help you and celebrate with you. Here's the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. They're learning how to complete a cycle and make successful choices. Okay, well, this is what's going on. I'm going to sort all the different people out, and then we're going to read on each of them individually and see where they cross over. I'll use my Scarpini deck for that one. And I'll be back with another read. I sure enjoy this, and I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. Have a good evening.